What up, Factionistas? First, I'm going to jump in with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and this is going to help our eyeshadows last longer and help it come on nice and smooth and perfect. I'm going to be setting my entire eye with a nice skin-toned eyeshadow. What this is going to do, it's going to add a nice smooth surface to our skin, and eyeshadows are going to blend out nice and soft. Especially for oily or hooded eyelids, you really need a nice soft surface if you really want to do a smoky eye and you want it to look nice and blended. Now I'm going to go in with the new Makeup Geek Eyeshadows. So I'm going in with this color first, and this is Tuscan Sun, which is one of the new Makeup Geek eyeshadows. And I'm using a fluffy blending brush. This one's from Samir Kuzami, but any blending brush will do. And with my eye open, I'm going to apply that right to my crease. With hooded eyes, you want to focus on the areas of the eye that you see the most, and especially with my eye or most hooded eyes, what you really see is the crease, and you really want to add as most depth and interest to that area. Since it's really one of the very few places that you can actually see, this is really what you want to draw the eye to and add interest to the eye when doing eye makeup on an extremely hooded eye. This is a nice warm pink, and I'm going for a nice like cranberry reddish toned eyeshadow. So now we're going in with Wild West, and I'm going to apply that in the same way, but apply it a little bit lower than we applied Tuscan Sun. And this is going to add depth, and since we don't really have a defined crease, this eyeshadow with this nice gradient from darker eyeshadows blending into lighter eyeshadows is going to add a false depth and make your eye look deeper and more interesting. Since we're applying this with a blending brush, I'm moving it back and forth in windshield wiper motions, and I'm really blowing out that color. You want to apply it softly right off the bat before we even go in blending, and make sure that it's just applying in a nice soft way. So with my eye open, I'm applying it right where it needs to be. With your eye closed, you're kind of guessing. So with your eye open, it looks nice and soft, and you apply it right where it needs to be. And now I'm taking that crease and I'm bringing it down to my lower outer corner to add a little bit of interest to the outsides of the eye. And then I'm going back in with Tuscan Sun, and I'm blending out that Wild West eyeshadow color. And this is going to return that warmth of that pink eyeshadow, but also blend out Wild West. Now I'm going in with the Sigma E40 brush. You guys know that Sigma are my favorite professional brushes. I have a coupon code FACTION for 10% off, but on April 28th and 29th, you guys can use Cheers20 to get 20% off their entire site, which is great. So I'm going in with the color Taboo, which is this purple eyeshadow. This is also one of the new Makeup Geek eyeshadows. And I'm applying that in the same exact place. A little bit lower than we applied Wild West, but still right in that area. And we're adding maximum depth, but I'm also using a purple because I'm kind of going with those reddish purple tones to kind of all have this nice color story. But I'm adding depth, again, right into that crease, and that's going to continue adding interest to the eye and as well keep it in the same color family. Once you have it in the crease, again, pulling it down into that outer corner, which is going to add depth to the outside of the eye and kind of round the whole eye together in a nice almond shape. And then once you're done, blend. With that same Samir Kuzami brush, I'm adding a little bit of black eyeshadow. This is Corrupt by Makeup Geek. It's not one of their new eyeshadows, but it's one of their best. And I'm going in with that same black eyeshadow and applying it to the outer corner and then right up into that crease and doing it nice and softly by using a blending brush. Now I'm going in with this shimmer eyeshadow. It's not quite super metallic, and this has a little bit of shine to it, and it's Anarchy by Makeup Geek, which is also one of their new eyeshadows. And I sprayed my brush a little bit with MAC Fix Plus to get it a little wet, and I'm applying it to that blank space that we left earlier. Applying it to the middle of the eyelid, and then once we get towards that black and those darker eyeshadows, you can flip your brush around like I just did here, and now you pat it into those colors, and that's going to give it a nice gradient and blend it right into the rest of the makeup. Typically with hooded eyeshadows, I think that people stay away from shimmers on the lid because they tend to break and crease, but Makeup Geek eyeshadows, if you're not familiar, are one very affordable and really high functioning eyeshadow, so this is really going to stay nice. I'm going in with this Shuwamura Eyelash Curler, which is my godsend. If you're a makeup artist and you're doing makeup on clients or even on yourself, this eyelash curler is the best because it's smaller and you can strategically go in and curl the eyelashes without them being afraid or you. But I'm going with this Ico matte black mascara and a tiny fan brush, and this is what I do and what you can do on male clients or male models when doing photo shoots, so that you want to get their eyelashes black but not add that elongating, separating effect that mascara wants to. I'm going with a full spectrum eyeliner, which these are also new by Makeup Geek, and I'm going in with the color Espresso. I'm applying that to my outer waterline only, and then with some kind of flat or dense brush, I'm taking an eyeshadow. This is Wild West from before, and I'm using it to buff that eyeliner out. This is going to add a nice gradient and depth to the lower eye, and it really ties into the rest of the eye makeup. And then going back in with that same purple eyeshadow that we used before, and I'm going to add depth and putting it just right where my lashes grow, just to add a little bit of darkness. You don't want to go a little bit too dark here because all you really see on hooded eyelids is the lower lash line pretty much. So if you do it too dark, then your eye just looks like a big black eye. But that's the finished tutorial, my friends. I really hope that you guys liked it. Throw on, maybe a little bit of liner or some lashes for this nice, warm, smoky eye. But I really hope that you guys can, lessen your struggle with your hooded eye problems like me and come out with a little bit new, interesting, and beautiful eye makeup looks. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.